suspected kingpin of crime and hip-hop music. This is
bananas. But now he's bitching out, passing out in courtrooms and stuff,
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's forget that lifestyle is probably quite stressful. It's got to take a toll on you. But I would imagine Suge Knight has a lot of stress, even before he was in jail. Yeah, he turned 50 yesterday, and he's in jail, so I would imagine that his birthday wish was to shower alone. Go on.
At the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction, Miley Cyrus says she once wanted to have sex with Joan Jett.
Joan Jett shot her down, though, because although she loves rock and roll, she does not, in fact, have the same fondness for STDs.
Why was Miley Cyrus at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction? And why did Fall Out Boy or somebody introduce Green Day into it? Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I skipped the whole thing. I had a busy weekend, and all those things that I guess happen live, and live TV is supposed to be the savior of broadcasting. That's why they have the live voting on all those television talent shows. That's why it's live, because that's the only way you can get people to tune in and watch real time. But anything like that, I'm like, I'm not going to sit through all the crap. I'll just sort of watch the highlights online. If there's a great performance, that'll be online. If there's a great speech, that'll be online. And I don't have to suffer the unmitigated orgy of self-congratulation that goes with most Hollywood award shows. But the fact that Miley Cyrus was allowed in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is beyond me. She should just step over the whenever someone like Miley Cyrus walks through the threshold of something that's associated with rock and roll, like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, there should just be something that picks up on her DNA that goes not rock, and disintegrates her. She disappears in a puff of smoke for daring to set foot on such hallowed ground. The fact that she was allowed in the building, let alone allowed to induct Joan Jett, what the hell? For shame, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. What else?
Well, this is incredibly sad news for me, because I grew up watching this television program. Sort of watching, not understanding.
Yeah.
Univision has canceled its long-running variety series, Sábado Gigante.
What? I love Sábado Gigante. Is that the one with
It was on for 72 years with the same host.
That's the one with the old guy, and then the unbelievably, unfeasibly smoking hot chicks running around in no clothing whatsoever, and then the dude in the bee costume. I never knew what the hell was going on there, but I made up my mind that if radio ever didn't work out, I would become a Spanish language television presenter, because oh my God, the chicks there were infeasibly hot and were all over these really, really goofy old looking guys. I was like, that seems like the way to go, but I guess that's come to an abrupt end. Oh, sad days.
Yeah, it taught me every 4 minutes if you just yell "Bailamos," then things real fun can happen.
Yeah, it's too
bad. And hey, basic cable bikinis when I was a teenager. Yay!
Yeah. It's too bad. I'll miss that one guy who yells and jumps around, and that other guy who yells and jumps around, and that second other guy who yells and jumps around. It'll be.
It was all the same guy.
Anymore. Oh, okay. Go on.
O.J. Simpson was attacked in prison last week.
Yeah, investigators have narrowed it down. The list of suspects now include karma. All right, one last piece of news.
Somebody stole my bunk bed sheet. Nobody's leaving till I get it back. Today is 420 Day.
Right. Or as Funyuns call it, the Holocaust. Or as Snoop Dogg calls it, Monday. By the way, the busiest retail store on 420, things not remembered. All right, then. What do we have, 2 seconds to run over the story of the day, the thing that we titled the show after?
Yeah, TikTok.
Oh, man. I can't even find the story now. What the hell? Yeah, so one guy stabbed another guy. Of the end. No, seriously. I think I've 420'd by osmosis around here. I can't. I can't. Oh, here it is. Yeah. So, well, basically, we're discussing a debate over iPhone versus Android. Something I'm kind of passionate about. I find people you know what it is? It's that snarky, haughty laugh when I'm wandering around the building going, does anybody have an Android? an Android charger? Like, no, iPhone. I use an iPhone. Sorry. And isn't it just like an Android user to forget their charger? Yeah, that grinds my gears. It's the haughty elitism, that smug sense of superiority that iPhone users have been told it's okay to have by Apple as they brand themselves into a product for smug, superior people. The iPhone versus the Android war, though, just escalated to a point that, well, I don't support this, but I understand it. It escalated to bloodshed. 21-year-old Elias Acevedo of Tulsa, Oklahoma, drinking last week with his roommate, Hario Mendez, I think is how you pronounce his name. And they got into a debate over which smartphones are better, Apple phones or Google's Androids. Things quickly escalated. Elias wound up hitting Jaro on the head with a beer bottle. Then he stabbed him. You know, one thing it doesn't say is who's supporting. Yeah, no, it's true. Jaro was hospitalized, and Elias was arrested and charged with felony assault with a deadly weapon. And this is the part that's missing. This is a part that's missing. Unfortunately, the cops didn't say which guy was supporting the iPhone and which guy was supporting the Android. So we don't know who won this battle, and we also don't know who got so passionate about their effing smartphone that they smashed somebody in the head with a beer bottle and stabbed him.
Biatch.
Yeah. Oh, good God. Yeah. Unfortunately, one thing that we do know about these cell phone users is that neither one of their phones had the stabbing prevention app, which was short-sighted on their point. If they're going to get that passionate where they're willing to draw weapons of destruction and stab folks over their passion for this, they should be willing to throw down and have the appropriate app. All right. Oh, it has been a Monday, and I want to thank you for hanging with me through it. Thank you so much for hanging out, being part of our radio family. Funkhauser and I will be back tomorrow. We'll do it all over again. Tweet us at ADSXE is me, at FunkFM is super producer to the stars, Barry Funkhauser. Happy 420, everybody!
Times you feel like it's cool to turn the other cheek and give people the benefit of the doubt even when they don't deserve it.